Alright, citizens of Minnesota, we're back, and it's time for us to continue year number 1 with your Minnesota Wild. Up here at the trade deadline, and it's looking like a pretty good first year. 37 wins, 21 losses, and 5 overtime losses. That's good enough for a solid playoff position in the West, even though our Central Division is stacked with teams trying to make it into the playoffs. I mean, look at Dallas, Nashville, the Wild, ourselves, St. Louis Blues, the Chicago Blackhawks. So we can't take our foot off the gas, but we're in a position where we don't have to pass other teams. Our destiny is in our own hands, and if we can just continue to play the way we've been playing all year round, we'll definitely make the playoffs. So the story of the Wilds, that's been won in the NHL. The Edmonton Oilers taking over the damn Pacific Division. The young kids are ready to go in year number 1. That's another story. A breakout year for Tyler Seguin. Freaking man had 40 goals before the All-Star break. Now, he's only got 46 now, and I say only just because of the pace that he was on. Before the All-Star break, he had 40. Since the All-Star break, what is that, 4 or 5 weeks? He's only got 6 goals. So that pace, that incredible pace that he was on in the first half of the season has slowed down. I want to see if he gets 60. But Ben and Seguin are definitely going to win the Maurice Richard and Art Ross, one of them. Seguin's, oh my God, he's going to win like 4 or 5 trophies this year. All right? And also, the main story swirling around the NHL right now, trade rumors around Jaromir Jagr. The Florida Panthers, if you take a look at the screen, the Florida Panthers are currently 6th in the Atlantic Division. They're not in a playoff spot. And so, just teams are lining up around the NHL looking to get their hands on this wildly veteran. He's 44 years of age, I believe. He's jumped around the NHL. He's got experience in the playoffs, and he's got 1 year left on his deal. I was looking for some more goal scoring on this team, and man, that really feels like a perfect fit here. And you guys were agreeing. I mean, look at some of these comments here. First one from our Northern Star. Jagr is the perfect fit for this team. He's putting up great stats in Florida, and Minnie needs a bit more scoring. That's true. Couple that with his low trade value and contract, it could be a very good deal for the squad. I don't disagree with anything said right there. Next one from Zook. Zuccarello, baby. Definitely go after Jagr. Give up Jones because he has 1 year left also. And also add a third or a prospect or 2. See, now that one kind of scares me. I would love to obtain Jaromir Jagr. But when I look at this team, the Minnesota Wild, you know, next year or the year after that is going to be the real year that we can make a splash. Because Parise and Suter, they're going to retain that 5-star for another 2 or 3 years. Our younger players, Niederreiter, Coyle, Granlund, Dumba, these guys are going to grow, so in 2 or 3 years, hopefully they'll be that much better, and in 2 or 3 years, I won't need to hold on to my first or second round picks anymore. This year and next year, I want to, because I want to build up the prospect pool. So I want to make a run for the playoffs this year, but not at the expense of the following year and the year after that. Because I plan on being a better team next year and the year after that, so I don't want to sacrifice the future. So if we can acquire Jaromir Jagr for something easy, yeah, but to add in a third or a prospect or both, I don't know, man, that's rough. I'll have to see if I can get him without it. So, yeah, you know what? Let's take a look at that right now. Trade deadline. We need somebody for either the third or second line. Our power play could be better. I don't know where I would slot Jaromir Jagr in. Him and Thomas Vanek might get split up. But what it does, it adds depth where if we're losing games in the playoffs, I can shuffle the lines around a little bit. And, Niederreiter to the kid on the first line. If he's not getting it done, I could put Jaromir Jagr up there, put Nino back to the third line. There's a lot of things that this trade will allow us to do. So, Skaters giving away. They're looking to give away Jaromir Jagr, 87 overall, 44 years of age. I gave him the 5-star potential, so he may not even retire after this year. He may, though. He's got 51 points in 62 games played. He's a 20-goal man. This is what I mean. You're bringing in some stellar offense. But I don't want to give up the future for him. Now, his contract, $5.3 million for 1 year left. The cap's going to be a problem. All right, so for trading Jagr, straight up, we're going to have to trade out a roster forward. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. All right, so those are all the guys down here. We also have Fontaine. So I wouldn't mind trading Justin Fontaine, but he's got no trade value. The reason I wouldn't mind trading him is because that's that sniper on the third line if we're getting another sniper. He's got no trade value, but you know who does? David Jones, and that's some salary cap going back the other way. David Jones is 81 overall, two-way forward. Defensive category is not the greatest. Offense, what has he done for us this year? He's got 10 goals. He's an even player. But if I'm bringing in somebody's got to go out. 31, yeah, he doesn't have a future here. I don't know if he's a hometown kid, though. Whatever. David Jones, gonna have to put him in that deal. So that would go through. However, the trade values are way off, so they won't accept it. It would go through. I just meant the NHL would accept it going through. You can see our draft positions for this year. I have my first. I also cleaned up the roster at the beginning of the year, just trading for some 6th and 7ths, and I think I got a 5th in there as well. The Dallas 4th that we traded for. All right, so we do have some depth draft picks. I don't want to trade any of them away, though. So let's see if we can make this trade go through without any draft picks, all right? My rookies. Borman. He's got, no. Holding on to Borman. Gustav Berman, he's an offensive defenseman, 4, Red Star. He could grow. Offensive defensemen are useful. Oh, I need that. This guy, Lang. Chase Lang, 2-way forward, 2.5 green star potential. I have seen 2.5 grow before, and he is a draft pick, but I need to give up something, and I can easily replace him in this draft class. So we'll put Lang in there. David Jones, it still won't go through. Okay, do I have to find a skater with some decent trade value here? I don't know, boys. I don't want to give up a draft pick. I don't want to give up one from next year either. I want to hold on to that. Jones, Fontaine, Jokinen. I want to hold on to Moen, Fiddler, Jokinen, because these guys are depth players for us for the playoff run. These guys have no trade value. Downing, 74, 23 years of age. 23 years of age, already, well, 3.5 star, already 23 years of age at 74 overall. Now, this guy could grow. This Downing guy, undrafted by the Minnesota Wild, okay. He's got 15 goals, 29 points, and 57 games played. It's going to hurt our AHL squad by taking him off. But a 2-way forward, I would usually use him in the bottom 6. Would I use this guy? He's got good face-off. This could be a rough trade to give away. However, I'm not sold that this guy's going to be ready to go on our team in the next 2 or 3 years, and I can replace him with this draft class. So you know what? I'll throw him in there as well. This may, yeah, that may go through now. I'm going to have to add somebody else on this squad. Is there anybody else with some decent, oh no, the salary cap's going to be a problem. Sean Thornton, he's got 2 years left. I don't want that. Let me just take this guy who's 77 overall. Yeah, Repik. There you go. Michael Repik, Sniper. There you go. There's some depth for the playoffs as well. Sniper, if Fontaine and Jagr or Niederreiter go down. There we go. There's somebody coming back. All right, so Jaromir Jagr, Repik for Jones, Lang, and Downing. I don't know if that'll go through, man. That's not a lot of trade value. I may have to add in a draft pick for this. So let's see. Will it go through? Okay. So I think it would go through, but they're not willing to take on the contract of David Jones. Now, I'm not in a bind here by retaining cap, right? If I give that up, he's only got 1 year left. Now, because I'm bringing in Jagr, how much can I go down, though? That's the thing. It may, the league may disapprove of it after a while. See, the league still approves of it, but I may get into trouble trying to move my rosters around if I do that. So let's just try to take this. Let's try to make him like a $3 million player. There you go. $3 million player for David Jones. Will it go through? Still not. All right. Oh, this is dangerous. This is dangerous. A $2.8 million player for Jaromir Jagr. You know what? You can retain some salary as well. That's what I'll do. Yeah. Okay, hang on a second. I got an idea. They go down 1.9, and then these guys will go down 1.9, all right? Let's see if that makes a difference. Will it go through? Nope, it's not. All right, let me try to take some money off of Jagr. Will it go through? No, it's not. Damn it! This may actually be harder than I thought it would be. Jaromir Jagr, $1 million. Will it go through? No. It may not even be the Jagr. It may be they still want more off of Jones. 0.5 for Jaromir Jagr. Will it go through? Not willing to accept. I can't raise this any higher. Oh, man, I may run into real salary cap issues. Now, I can send some players down if injuries happen, but I don't know if this is a good idea, if I should try this. Let me try to go down to 1.3, because that would be a $2.5 million player for David Jones. Will it go through? Still not, man. 1.5 million. Will it go through? Jesus Christ! Are they not going to take him? How much? He'd be going for 1.9 if I accepted it all. All right, I'm going to try it. This may really screw up my roster. If it happens, boys, it happens. Whatever. David Jones, all the way for the salary cap. Will it go through? Yes, it did. On behalf of the Florida Panthers organization, I accept your trade offer. We'll see you out on the ice. Oh, man. Oh, man, that was rough stuff. So the salary cap situation, look at my salary cap available, $0. Oh, no. All right, so defenseman, let me just see here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So I have Jordan Leopold, which I can send down if I need to. Tell me Jaromir Jagr is already up on the team. I don't need to mess with anything, right? All right, so I'll send down Repik. I don't need him. Then there you go. I saved some salary cap now. Good. So I think we're okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Yep. That's the amount of players that we have. We're under the salary cap. Beautiful. Now, problems may arise if I run into injuries. I won't be able to bring up these guys like Moan and Fiddler. Is there anyone else on the team with a lot of salary cap that I can move that I don't need? Koivu, Vanek, I need Jagr, Spurgeon, Goligoski, Brodin, Scandella, Coyle, Granny Smith, Niederreiter. I need all these guys. All right, boys. What about the goaltenders? Kemper, how much does he have? 1.45. Nah, you know what? I'll just hold on to him, whatever. So I will go ahead and edit the lines, boys, and I will use some power of video editing. Hang on a sec. Okay, so here are the updated lines. I decided to go with Jaromir Jagr on the first line. Nino Niederreiter has been demoted just because when you looked at our individual stats, the team stats, in the last video, we weren't scoring enough goals. We were a good defensive team, but I want to see if the veteran with the poise category can help out Koivu and Parise on that first line. Then we got the kid line, Granny Smith, Coyle, and Nino Niederreiter. Thomas Vanek has been relegated to the third line with Howla and Zucker, but that might not be a bad third line now. Might be able to chip in some offense. And then we got Carter, Handzus, and Fontaine. I was considering taking Fontaine out for Olli Jokinen, but we'll leave him in there for now. Defense has stayed the exact same. Power play, I got Jaromir Jagr in there, and I got Nino Niederreiter in place of Matthew Dumba on the second line points as a sniper in there, right? We needed to increase our power play as well, so I got another sniper in there. The rest of the lines, I just fiddled with a little bit. Nothing too spectacular, all right? So there you go, boys. There is the trade. Now, we had another trade here. I'll just read the comment quickly. Boyd Gordon on the Arizona Coyotes has a very good defensive stat and would be a good acquisition if you're looking for some depth and defensive players. He is 90 overall for faceoffs, 80 overall for shot blocking, and 85 for stick checking. Well, I'm just going to dismiss that right now just because the salary cap issues in acquiring Jaromir Jagr. We also have nothing else to trade away unless we're trading away our future or our current roster. And I already have the depth. I have Handzus, I have Jokinen, I have Porter, I have Jordan Leopold. I've already gone out and acquired that depth that I need, all right? So this is the year one team. This is the year one Minnesota Wilds. I haven't given up the future. Next year, we should be a better team if I can get everyone back. So the build has begun. But let's not look too forward or too far into the future because I think we can make some noise this year, boys. I really do. We got a good little team here. And the Chicago Blackhawks, they may not make the playoffs. And that's been our Achilles heel for the last few years. So let's simulate up to this day. I think we're in a good spot. I don't think we'll run into problems. Imagine now we miss the playoffs after signing or trading for Jaromir Jagr. That would not be good. The fans would laugh at me. I am the Minnesota Miracle Man. I cannot fail. I need a glass of water, though, boys. A lot of talking. And our first game with the Jaromir Jagr, we lose 3-0. So keep an eye on Jagr's goal scoring. He's now our leading goal man with 21. And the first 2 games, we only got 1 goal for. It's not good. Not good at all. Ah, beautiful. If we lose another game, I might go back with, there we go. So we got 6 goals for there. Jagr did not score a goal. He's still at 21. We lose 4-2, so 1-3 after acquiring Jaromir Jagr. Not the greatest. I'm not liking that. Forwards, let's go. I wanted to go to the Swiss League for Austin Matthews, right? Yeah, I said that in the last video. Hang on a sec. Swiss. Have I already scouted him? A little bit. 3 gold star? No, I probably haven't scouted him at all. Let's go just 4 weeks for him. 1 month, all right? There you go. So we're going to search for Austin Matthews. All right, so let's continue. What are the stats here? If we really start to lose games, I got to make a line change. See what I mean? St. Louis is right behind us. The Pacific Division, though, the wild card, we're ahead of them. Chicago's trying to make it into the playoffs. All right, so I'll go up to the Chicago game. Let's see what happens with these two. Edmonton, they're a really good team in the Pacific Division. The Montreal Canadiens, they're not having a great simulation, though. So come on, boys. We had a 37-21 record. That was looking great. Now that 24 is not looking great. Let's go. Oh, 7-4 loss. Jagr still doesn't have a goal. All right, I'm making a change. making a change right now. It's not working out right now. We gotta shake it up a little bit. Maybe there's not enough speed on that first line. So Jagr, you're gonna be demoted to the second. What we're gonna do is actually we're gonna go Granny Smith right there and Thomas Vanek. Get a playmaker, sniper combo, and then Coyle can come down here with Howla and Zucker. All right. Power play. I'm gonna get Nino Niederreiter back up there, but Jagr can play the point down here. Yep. And 4-man power play. That looks all good. All right, so I had to shake up the lines a little bit with the Jaromir Jagr boys. The Czechoslovakian, the 44-year-old. He's not getting it done right now. I'm not liking what I'm seeing. Maybe I just haven't found the right role for him. His poise should be kicking in, though. We're 1-5 since acquiring Jaromir Jagr. Come on now. Minnesota, you can't do this to me. There you go. I put him on the second line. He gets a 2-goal night. Beautiful. All right, so maybe that's where he should be, on the second line. Get Parise and Koivu together, and then get Jagr by himself. There's another loss. 2-5 now, 2-6, something like that. 2-5. Oh my God, 2-6. What the hell is going on now all of a sudden? Make one little move. Get shut out there. 1 goal for there. 4 goals, 2 goals, 1 goal for there, shutout again. The offense still lacks here in Minnesota. All right, so big game up against the Chicago Blackhawks is coming. Got to keep an eye on that. Come on, boys. I need just a good 3-game winning streak, and I'll feel a lot better. This is losing streak that we're on with no wins in sight. It's scaring me now. Come on, 39, 27, and 5. There you go. 40. We got up to 40. Jagr had another goal that game. So he's got a lot more offense since being put on that second line. Let's take a look at where we are. So the St. Louis Blues have passed us, boys, with 88 points. Damn Central Division. It's kicking. The Chicago Blackhawks, this is a huge game for them trying to make up ground, all right? So let's beat them in regulation. Come on now, boys. Give me a 2-goal or more win. Come on, come on. Don't show me 28. Do not show me 28. Okay, it was an overtime loss. Didn't show me the 28. Kept that 27 there. Chicago Blackhawks, that's a big one for them, though. Let's take a look. They're only 4 points behind us. Now, we're still ahead of Calgary for the Pacific Division with the wild card. So Chicago actually has a playoff spot right now. But there's another game against Calgary upcoming. Oh, my God, some tough games. L.A., we are tied with them for points. Calgary's trying to make it into the playoffs. So 2 big games coming up here, boys. At home. LA Kings up first. Come on, just get ahead of them. Get ahead of them. We got to get ahead of these Western Conference teams. That's big. That's a big W right there. Got to get ahead of the Calgary Flames. Come on, we have to get ahead of them. Don't show me that 28. There's the 28. So we're in a little bit of a funk right now, boys, are the Minnesota Wild. We can't get on a winning streak. I'll just continue, whatever. We can't get on a winning streak. Yeah, see what I mean? Ever since the trade deadline, loss, win, loss, win, loss, win, loss. You see what I mean? But this is why we were in a good spot before the Sims started. We could afford to go on this little inconsistent streak and still be in a playoff spot. Let's see where we are now. Chicago is only 4 points behind us. Oh my God. All right, Colorado, and then another game against Chicago. Colorado is last in the Central Division. Come on now, boys. This is a game you have to win. You can't let them take this one. Let's go. Show up. 6-0 victory. Big. That's a big one. All right, how many games left in the regular season? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 games remaining, boys. Few big ones as well. This is a huge one against the Blackhawks. They've been our nemesis in the playoffs, and look at them. They're catching up to 88 points. They're only 2 points behind us. A victory here in regulation, and they will tie us. I don't know if they'll take the lead based on the wins in regulation, but oh man, here we go. Chicago. They have 28 losses. We got 28 losses. Who's going to be given? It's going to be we're given the regulation loss. They beat us in regulation. Oh my God. It was just so good. We were 37-21, and then we're 42-29. All right, hang on. Let's see. Minnesota Wild, 90 points. Okay, so with the tiebreaker, we're still ahead of the Chicago Blackhawks. Good. Now, the LA Kings and the Anaheim Ducks, they're on their way back up as well, both at 86 points. Yeah, we got to win some games here, boys. 5 games remaining. We have to win at least 2. You have to get to 94 points. At least 2. All right? 3, I think, would make it in. So, Ottawa, they're trying to go for a playoff spot. Detroit, Eastern Conference. I'm not worried about the East. So, let's go. 2 games. Come on, I just need at least 2 wins. At least 2 wins. You have to get me at least 2 wins. Come on, against Ottawa. There's 1 win to start it. Beautiful. Come on, 2 wins. Give me another W against Detroit. They may not be in the playoffs. Yes! 44. All right, boys. Finally, for the first time since the trade deadline, first time since acquiring Jaromir Jagr, the Minnesota Wild have won 2 games in a row. Ooh. Bad time of the year to go on a bad stretch like that, but I think that's gonna, yep, we have gone ahead of the St. Louis Blues, but more importantly, the Anaheim Ducks are in a playoff spot, but the 2 wild card positions right now are held by St. Louis and Chicago. We're ahead of the LA Kings, who are looking for a wild card spot. Well, actually, them and Anaheim, and we're ahead of them by 6 points now. So 6 points and 3 games remaining. I don't know how many games they have. I think we're in a good spot. If we can get 1 more point, I think we've guaranteed ourselves a playoff spot, boys, all right? So the Winnipeg Jets, they're second last in the Central Division. Come on now, boys. Get that 3-game winning. Start going on a winning streak. Yeah! Michael Handzus has been injured. Mild concussion. Estimated return is April 11th. That's nothing. And if I replace player, it'll be Olli Jokinen who comes right in, so that's fine by me. Scout assignment, so they just finished scouting in the Swiss League. Let's take a look at Austin Matthews quickly. Hang on a second. Top 10, there he is, Austin Matthews. Yep, yeah, I've got him scouted pretty well. His offense, boys, is at 82. His offensive awareness, 85. Yeah, that's enough for him. So let's go to the Liga now, Scandinavia. I need Nylander and Laney. I was trying to remember what you guys... Oh, I already have these guys scouted. Okay, so I already have those guys scouted. So let's go back to the OHL. Forwards. I already have that. Jones. Oh, yeah, there's plenty. You know what? There's a lot of guys in there. I know what? There's a lot of players in the OHL, and I got a lot of depth picks. I'm going after the OHL. All right, so let's keep on going, boys. I think we're in the playoffs now with 96 points. We're on a 3-game winning streak. Let's continue this streak, boys. 2-1 loss against the San Jose Sharks, of course. All right, so Zach Parise leading our team in goals with 26. Ryan Suter, 44 assists. Nino Niederreiter, plus 18. Michael Handzus is back. Let me just quickly change this. I know exactly where he's going. Handzus, boom. That's the reason we lost. Jokinen was in there. All right, so Handzus is back in. Last game of the season against the Calgary Flames. Let's take a look at our record here, if we're comfortably in the playoffs. The Minnesota Wilds. All right, so we've been passed by the St. Louis Blues late. Yeah, but we're okay. And we can't be caught by the Chicago Blackhawks. The Anaheim Ducks, they have their spot. Chicago can't be caught by the LA Kings. So it looks like the LA Kings are the odd team out there with 91 points. Yeah, looks like they're the odd team out. And it looks like I'm going to be facing... might be facing the Edmonton Oilers in round number 1. That actually could be a good thing. They don't have goaltender or defense, right? So last game of the season. Come on, boys. Win it so we can go into the playoffs on a good note. Home game to end the regular season against Calgary. They're not in the playoffs, and we lose 5-0, for God's sakes. Fantastic. So this was the year of inconsistency. We're in the playoffs, but I don't feel like that trade made us that much better. Maybe it was coincidence. I don't know. But we're in the playoffs. That's the important part. We're in the playoffs. So let's take a look. You know, let's just go ahead. Let's see who we're going up against in round number 1, boys. I think it might be the Edmonton Oilers. And yes, it is. Round 1, the Minnesota Wild versus the Edmonton Oilers. I think a lot of Minnesota Wild fans can appreciate that. They had a good regular season, man, but we can beat them. We totally can beat them. Our owner was only expecting 39 wins. I managed to pull off 45. Well, that's what I do. So before we take a look at the stats, I just want to show you guys the roster for the Edmonton Oilers so that you guys can go nuts with the fan art. Again, you can send it to the Twitter or my Twitter account or to the website. You can upload it. I'll put a link in the description. All right, I'm not going to look at the numbers of the players. There's the offensive core. There's the defensive core and the goaltender, all right? If you guys think we can beat those guys, I don't know. I'll have to take a look at the team in the next video. All right, so let's go through all the standings like we can on Old Gen, baby. So team standings. And I love this because I can sort by every category, and it actually shows me the ranking number now. So points, we were the 9th best team in the NHL. Pretty good. We faltered a little bit there towards the end of the season, but the really good beginning allowed us to do so. Goals for per game, 17th in the NHL. That's why we picked up Jaromir Jagr. Didn't really help us out, though. Goals against, 8th in the NHL, so if we can be a good defensive team in the playoffs, that's the good stat anyways. Power play percentage, 26th in the NHL. I want to increase that, man. That's bad. Penalty kill percentage, 12th in the NHL. All right. Home record, 21, 17, and 3. Away record, 24, 13, and 4. Last 10, 5, 3, and 2. All right, we're going up against the Edmonton Oilers. Let's take a look at the Oilers. Just quickly, where are they? They're there, all the way back here. Last 10, 5, 4, and 1. Their penalty kill 78%, so I got to get a good power play. Power play percentage 19.5, not the greatest. Goals against per game 2.8, I think it was. Yeah, they're going to be below us, but goals for per game, they're probably way up there. Let's see. Yeah, they're the best team. They're the best goal-scoring team in the NHL. So if we can squash their offense, I don't think their defense will be able to squash us, right? So it's going to be a battle of the two offenses in that series. Player stats of the season. Yep. Let's take a look at what Tyler Seguin did. I didn't even keep up with him as we were doing the simulating. I'm sure I passed it a bunch of times. All right, so forwards, goals, Zach Parise with 26. He missed 2 games. Jaromir Jagr with 24. Only getting 3 goals for our team after the trade deadline. I'm looking for a good playoff run out of you, Jagr. Charlie Coyle with a 20-goal year. Nino Niederreiter, 20 goals. Mikko Koivu, 20 goals. Vanek, 19. Granlund, 19. Some good goal scoring there by the guys that we needed. Parise, 66 points. Jagr, 62. Koivu, 60. Granlund, 52. Niederreiter, 59. Vanek, 56. Let's see what the defenseman did. Specifically, Goligoski, whatever his name is. Ryan Suter, 51 points, -5. Goligoski, 49 points, 10 goals. So he definitely chipped in offensively. But still a -7, -5, -9. Got to deal with that. Devin Dubnyk, we're going to have to really get a good playoff run out of him. We didn't have a good backup. Maybe next year we look for a backup. Maybe we faltered with Kemper in the final because Dubnyk was 37, 20, and 4, man. That's a great record. Save percentage, 91.72. Goals against, did I pass it? Goals, where's the goals against average? There it is, 2.39, not bad. Could be a little bit better. I don't know why I pressed the B button. I got to check the entire NHL. Oh, I love wrapping up the season on old gen. It's so much quicker. All right. I can just fly through all these menu screens. All right, so the NHL forwards. Let's see who had the most goals. Only 51, so he had over 40 by the All-Star break and only had 11 after that, so he definitely slowed down. Jeff Carter with 44, my God. Corey Perry with 43, Tavares 42, Ovi 42, Giroux 41, Kane 40, Camilleri 39. Points, Seguin and Benn. So Sagan's going to have an incredible year. Hart, Art Ross, Maurice Richard, maybe even the Conn Smythe. Good Lord. Jamie Benn 106, Tavares 99, Giroux 99, Crosby 93, Kane 91, Stamkos, Thornton. All right, defenseman, it's going to be Carlson, yeah, up there with 75, Doughty 74, blah, blah, blah. And goaltenders, let's see who had the most wins. Pekka Rinne, so he started 65 games. Dubnyk started 67. Talbot, 33. Jesus, Tuukka Rask, 33. All right, not bad, not bad. Most wins, and then you can look at the save percentages. Pekka Rinne had a really good year. Tuukka Rask had a really good year. Kari Lehtinen had a really good year. Goals against, we don't need to look at goals against. And last but not least, let's take a look at the rookie skaters. Who won Rookie of the Year? If we can tell, Connor McDavid is clearly going to win Rookie of the Year. 75 points in 82 games played. All right, boys, so there you go. That's our Year 1 season. I was hoping for a better finish, but we're in the playoffs. It would have really sucked if we missed the playoffs. So at least the Minnesota Wild fans get to see, their studs, Mikko Koivu, Parise, Suter, Dubnyk, take their team into the playoffs. And you never know, man. We've had year after year going up against the Chicago Blackhawks and losing. Maybe all that experience now will help us against a young rookie team like the Edmonton Oilers. Once we get going into the playoffs, you never know. So last but not least, let's just take a look at the playoff tree and our potential run to the Stanley Cup Finals. If we can get by the Edmonton Oilers, which I really think we can, even though they're seated ahead of us, I think we can beat them, right? After that, now how does this work? Because there was 2 wildcard teams in the Western Conference. So are we now in like the Pacific Division? Would we go up against the winner of San Jose versus Anaheim now? Because the winner of Dallas-Chicago will go up against the winner of Nashville-St. Louis. Is that how it will work? I think that may. So If that's the case, we're going to have to go up against San Jose or Anaheim. So we get to stay away from Chicago, Dallas. That's good. I don't want to have to face Chicago or Dallas. If we have to face one of those teams, we got to face them in the Western Conference Final. So we can get by San Jose, we can get by Anaheim, we can beat those teams. So this could be a good year, boys. So any suggestions, go nuts in the comments section. I want to see some fan art to get us pumped up for the next playoff video, round number 1 against the Edmonton Oilers. Go nuts, boys. Any suggestions, let me know where we should put Jaromir Jagr. Maybe I just didn't slot him in or find him the right teammate. Who knows? Let me know, boys, and I'll see you in the next one. Be sure to check out our website, 2bcsports.com, where the hockey talk continues. Find myself and others in the live interactive chat, or dive into the active forums to talk about sports and gaming. You can also find us on Twitch, where the live streams come to life.